We're able to do these things. We're able to do these kind of things. We might just do them a little different.
Hi, my name's Brandon Liston, and I want to be Prime Minister when I grow up. For mobility, I use this walker, a wheelchair, and sometimes my canes.
Yeah, this is a pretty cool rig. It's all thanks to Easter Seals.
It's like finding the ability in a disability. Scratch out dis, underline ability, there you go. Find the ability in disability. See the difference? Be the difference.
In 1966, the Canadian Rehabilitation Council for the Disabled was incorporated. It was a merge of the New Brunswick Society for Crippled Children and the New Brunswick Foundation for Polio. It wasn't until 1997 that the name Easter Seals Marked Dimes was adopted, later changed to Easter Seals New Brunswick, but it's still registered under CRCD. Through several name changes, the common goal stayed the same: helping people with disabilities to attain independence and providing exceptional rehabilitation services. The first Canadian Easter seal was introduced in Alberta in 1945. It began as a mail campaign to raise money for children with disabilities. This mail campaign still continues across Canada every year, featuring the specialized seals. Easter Seals New Brunswick has had dozens of other fundraising initiatives over the years. For over 30 years, snowmobile clubs all over New Brunswick participated in Snow-A-Rama. Members of the community hopped on their sleds and rode through the New Brunswick forest, which is still active in Niguac. Around Easter time, paper eggs are sold at local stores such as Lawton's Drugs, Red Apple, and Booster Juice. Each egg costs $2, which then gets displayed in the store. In 1986, the equipment program officially began. Easter Seals operates a loan bank of rehabilitation equipment and also refurbishes the equipment as well. From walkers, wheelchairs to bath seats, equipment is loaned out all across New Brunswick for those in need. Through social development or the personal services program, an occupational therapist works with the client to decide the best suitable equipment. The exact specifications are sent to the workshop so the equipment can be designed.
There was a lot that it's past social development's 5-year criteria, so we keep it, refurbish it, and then we save it for our PSP program, which allows people who don't have insurance or coverage or any financial help, we help provide them with a chair at no cost, right? An average tilt chair can be anywhere from $2,000 to $4,000 or $5,000, and then you add a $500 to $700 back and cushion, so you're looking at a good $6,000 there for an average chair, roughly. And power chairs, like, they range from anywhere. Like, we just had one that was pretty much $30,000, so it can get pretty pricey. Like, instead of social development going and purchasing a new chair for someone, they check with us to see if we have it, and that in the long run saves them money in purchasing a new chair for someone when we can just refurbish it and send it out to a client.
The Assistive Technology Program loans electronic equipment to students with exceptionalities in the province and clients of Easter Seals for either assessment purposes or for a long-term loan, which means they can keep the equipment for as long as they need it. It was just one of the nicest stories that I've heard of was a nonverbal girl who received her communication device, and one of the first things she did was told her mom that she loved her. There's lots of apps out there, so like for nonverbal kids there's communication apps. For kids with learning disabilities there's lots of reading and writing tools.
Before camp, I was very quiet and not willing to say what I wanted to. And camp has allowed me to sort of come out of my shell and be who I am and not be scared of what I would like to say or how I act. I'm able to be outgoing and crazy sometimes. And camp just allows you to be you.
One of my favorite memories as a camper was I was in Oakview. I was 10 years old, and it was just awesome. We had such a good week. I still remember all my counselors. It was Mustang, Daytona, Pinball, and Exit, I believe. And we had just had such a good week. They did so much extra stuff with us over and above. Every moment of that week I remember. And we did a raid we did 2 raids. One to the kitchen where we went and stole some cookie dough, and we snuck around, we were all in black, we were running around hiding, like we were so terrified we were gonna get caught. And we ate all this cookie dough and just had a great time. The cook did catch us, and we actually thought our counselors were gonna get fired. We were so scared. The cook came in and was like, oh yeah, you guys are stealing cookie dough. And we're like, no, our campus counselors, no, we don't want you to get fired. And we're crying or whatever, and then they told us that we were able to keep their jobs, and we were happy. They were amazing. They were like superheroes. They were so cool, so much energy, so much fun, and I really strive to be like them here. I want to be like those guys. They were the best.
Camp Rotary was conceived by a gentleman by the name of Ambi Lachère, who was a physical education instructor at UNB. And he'd been stationed over in Germany and seen a lot of children that had lost limbs due to unexploded bombs. So when he came back to Fredericton, he approached the Fredericton Rotary Club to see if they would be interested in starting a facility for children that had special needs.
Camp Rotary opened in 1952, and then a partnership began in 1972 between the Fredericton Rotary Club and the Canadian Rehabilitation Council for the Disabled. The Rotary Club would keep the ownership of the camp and provide its maintenance, and CRCD, now under Easter Seals, continues to run the daily operations of Camp Rotary.
When the camp was first started, we used Bell Army tents, and then for a while they were accommodated in an old farmhouse that's since been torn down.
The first year they opened the camp, there was some restrictions on who could go, in that they only took campers who were physically able to get around, because they didn't have the facilities that were there for people that were handicapped to the point of being in wheelchairs. So that came later.
And over the years, the camp facilities were improved and buildings were modified so that the camp could accommodate individuals with more serious levels of disabilities. And I think that's when the camp really fulfilled a huge need in the province, because it provided opportunities for children and adults who would never have been able to have a summer camp experience otherwise.
Approximately 450 campers spend a week at Camp Rotary each summer, accommodating for all ages and disabilities.
So you get a bunch of young people with lots of similar goals, similar energy in this awesome, beautiful place, and things happen. People have a lot of fun, people have so much energy, people give it their all, man. Like when you come home from this place at the end of the summer, you are exhausted, and all you want is to come back more. And I think the magic is just the people. To me, it's always been the people. I love the people here, I love the staff, I love the campers, I love all these people that come year after year. Camp is my life. I want to be part of this place forever.